The flickering fluorescent lights of the community center hummed a discordant tune, a fitting soundtrack for the unusual gathering within. Tonight was the weekly meeting of the Unseen Visitors Support Group. Each member sat perched on mismatched chairs, their faces a mixture of weariness and cautious hope. Agnes, a retired librarian, clutched a worn copy of the Complete Ghost Hunter's Handbook. She'd seen a spectral figure in her attic, a translucent woman in a long, flowing dress, but her family dismissed it as stress. John, a burly construction worker, nervously adjusted his baseball cap. He'd witnessed a shadow move across his worksite, a shape too large and swift for any human. His co-workers laughed, claiming it was just the wind. There was also young Maria, a college student who'd encountered a malevolent presence in her dorm room, one that whispered chilling things in the dead of night. Her roommate laughed it off as a prank. Tonight, however, the silence was different. A shared understanding hung in the air, thicker than the dust motes dancing in the weak light. Agnes began, her voice trembling slightly. "Last night," she whispered, "I saw her again. Clear as day. She was near the old oak tree in my backyard." A collective murmur rippled through the room, a symphony of shared disbelief and validation. John nodded slowly. "The shadow, it's back too," he said, his voice heavy. "Bigger this time, I think." It felt colder. Maria spoke next, her voice barely above a whisper. "The whispering, it's gotten louder. More insistent," she stated, fear clinging to her words. "It calls my name." One by one, each member shared their stories, their voices laced with a mixture of fear and relief. They spoke of unsettling occurrences, inexplicable phenomena, and events that defied logical explanation. They described shadows that moved without a source, objects that rearranged themselves, and chilling whispers in empty rooms. Each story was met with understanding nods and murmured words of comfort. In this room, they were not alone in their experiences. They were among others who truly understood the invisible dread, the chilling truth of what they had encountered. This room was their sanctuary, a place where the unbelievable could finally be believed. This was where they found solace. For once, they felt heard, they felt seen, and most importantly, they felt validated. The support group sessions were crucial. They provided a space for emotional processing. It was a safe haven to process the fear and uncertainty caused by their experiences. They offered mutual support and encouragement. It strengthened their sense of community and helped build strong bonds between individuals. It served as a powerful platform to share their often unheard experiences without facing ridicule or disbelief. The shared experiences helped to normalize their feelings and reduce their sense of isolation. Through these weekly meetings, they learned coping mechanisms and strategies to manage their emotional responses to the paranormal phenomena they experienced. They helped each other navigate the psychological impact of these unusual events. The Unseen Visitors Support Group wasn't just about sharing stories, it was about finding strength in numbers. It fostered a sense of belonging and acceptance. It was a source of comfort and validation in a world that often dismissed their experiences. They laughed together, cried together, and provided strength to each other throughout their journey. It was a place where they could be themselves, without fear of judgment, prejudice, or dismissal. In the Unseen Visitors Support Group, they found not only a supportive community, but also a sense of hope in their extraordinary lives. They were not alone, and in that realization there was profound power. The meeting concluded with a sense of shared understanding and a renewed determination to face the unseen together. The next meeting's date was confirmed. The hum of the fluorescent lights seemed less discordant tonight, replaced by a quiet harmony of shared experiences. The support group continued its vital mission to help and heal, to believe, to understand, to simply be together. They continued to work together. The group continued to inspire and help each other. The future remained uncertain, but they faced it collectively, comforted by the knowledge that they were not alone in their extraordinary circumstances. The weekly meeting ended, leaving behind a quiet strength. The Unseen Visitors Support Group continued to support and cherish each member. They plan to continue their meetings for as long as needed, offering comfort and support.